Everyone, Mr. Hissner here, and today we're going to be using the law of sines to find missing angle measures of any triangle, just like we used the law of sines previously in our previous lesson to find the missing sides of any triangle. These aren't just right triangles. This is any triangle. This is a very, very critical skill to have, a big takeaway from this unit as we progress through trig. So here we go. What we want to do is we want to find missing angle measures. Now remember that the law of sines is just a ratio of the opposite side of the angle divided by the opposite side. And it's going to be equal to another angle divided by that opposite side. So we're just using that idea of finding an angle using the opposite side. So here we go. Let us just jump into an example here. How about I have a triangle that looks like this? 9, 77, 14, x. Okay, let me set up my proportion. So I'm going to have 77 degrees, and so sine of 77, sine of the angle, over 14 is equal to sine of the angle, sine of x. Notice we don't have the angle here, and if you're thinking to yourself, we're going to have to use the inverse, then you are one step ahead of the game. So let us do some cross multiplication. We have 14 sine x's times 9 sines 77, and here we're going to divide both sides by 14. And like I said, you want to wait until you get here to take a decimal value. So what we're going to have here is going to be the sine of x is equal to some decimal number. So 9 sine 77 divided by 14. 9 sine 77. Oh, wait, I got to do parens. 9 sine 77 divided by 14. Enter. Okay, so this is right? Yes. I'm going to take this to 4 decimal places. You're going to want to take this to 4 decimal places. We want 4 decimal places. Just for this step. So we had 0.6264. Okay, and now I have to use the sine inverse on both sides. So that will cancel these two, and we have x is equal to the sine inverse of 0.6264. Sine inverse, sine inverse, 0.6264. 38.8. 38.8. Okay, so what happened here? Well, we used the law of sines to set up a proportion, and then we cross multiplied. And when we got here, just remember that we were using 4 decimal places. It's going to be, the more decimal places you take, the closer you will be to the answer. If you just do 0.62, you might be off a little bit. Please, 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 for the love, please take 4 decimal places. Please take 4 decimal places. Okay, let's do another example. Again, if you feel good about what you just saw and you want to try some of these, be my guest. Feel free to just go ahead and give these a try. But I'm going to do another example just for those of us who want some more clarification. Okay, so we got 61, x, 24, 21, angle, side. Okay, sine of the angle divided by the opposite side is equal to the sine of the angle divided by the opposite side. This is going to be sine x. Again, every time you see sine x, you got to be thinking about to use an inverse over here. Okay, so 24 times sine x is equal to 21 times sine of 61. And now what do we want to do? We want to get the sine x all alone. And in this case, we're not going to ask it to the movies, but instead, we're going to cancel these out. We're just going to divide both sides by 24. So on the left, we're left with sine of x is equal to 21 sine 61 24. I don't know why it keeps doing this. Parens on the top. 21 sine 21 sine 61. Double parens divided by 24. Enter. And I want 4 decimal places here. The big 4 decimal places. So like 7, 6, 5, 3. 7, 6, 5, 3. 7, 6, 5, 3. 0.7653. And now I'm going to do the forbidden dance, the lambda of trig functions, the inverse. So this is going to be the inverse of 0.7653. So I'm going to do sine inverse of 0.7653. I think you could actually just do, what did I just do? I think I could do sine inverse, yeah, answer. And I could put it in there like that. And that actually does give me the right answer. That's correct. Not okay, yeah, so you can use this answer button here. This will just bring up whatever your last answer was. So this is 49.9. We find x to be 49.9er, and then we're done. All right, guys. Again, all we need to do here is use the law of sines. It's the sine of the angle divided by the opposite side is equal to the sine of an angle divided by the other opposite side. Whenever we need to find an angle measure, we of course, a horse is a horse, of course. We're of course using the sine inverse to make that happen. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.